y'all shouldn't be celebrating just yet. This might be the worst news for America, cause it looked like Barack Obama trying to make a comeback. They getting rid of all the immigrants, then they gonna bring back Obama. It's already bad for brothers and sisters, cause we don't know how to act. Jamaicans mad at black Americans, white Americans mad at black Americans, everybody mad at black Americans. Then they want to bring back Obama. It seemed like they got some sneaky going on. Like they planning on getting rid of the current president and putting Barack Obama back up there. And would you vote for him? If that was the case, you probably wouldn't even have to vote. It seemed like they trying to force him back on the scene. He's speaking like he running for president again. He doing Obama rallies and things. They about to bring back Michelle Obama with a new Predator movie. It's gonna be Halloween in November, December, January, February, and March. I know a lot of y'all happy about this, but damn, this could be World War IV if they do what I think they trying to do. Cause I don't see why they got that man doing press runs and things. And plus, Obama done made them force to snap. Now people getting their benefits again, sitting on their ass, ain't gotta work, yellow ass teeth, laughing at Trump. And y'all know them militias out there willing to get malicious. We about to talk about this, man, but before we do, y'all need to do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button too. Without further ado, we gotta get into this news because I'm trying to figure out what in the world is going on. Do y'all want Barack Obama back in office? Somebody let me know. And them phone lines open too. Don't be no stranger. Feel free to call in if that's what you want to do. Without further ado, let's go on and get back to this news, man. Y'all need to see this because this tripped me out. Reggie, go on and play that clip, brother. Yeah, play that.
You know, a lot of people have asked me lately whether I'm surprised by the direction the country's taken. And even though I am the hope and change guy,
and we was hoping that you would change some shit, but he never did. He ain't never changed nothing. He still got a bunch of IOUs from the last time he was in office. So what he gonna do this time around? Look like he got a drinking problem, and I ain't trying to talk bad about the first black president of the United States of America. But I don't think him being in office really gonna make the situation better. Because what he gonna do? What he do last time, man? Somebody need to call in and let me know, because I don't know.
I try to be honest with them. So I say, yes, there are things I am worried about. I am worried about how quickly basic democratic rules and norms have been weakened. I'm worried about how willing Republicans in Congress have been to surrender their role as members of a co-equal branch of government, refusing to buck the president even when they know he's out of line. Even when a lot of them will privately admit that power is being abused in ways that will hurt their constituents and hurt the country.
Oh, it sounds like they trying to overthrow the whole situation, man. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like they rallying. They trying to take back control by any means necessary. And they got motherfucking Malcolm X of the 2000s up there. By any means necessary. This ain't no good. Especially for the black folks in America. I seen plenty of my people crying about ramen noodles. Oh, we ain't gonna be able to get no chips or Ahoys. They taking away the benefits. How the hell I'ma get my steak and shake? People rolling on the ground like babies because they was gonna snatch them Lunchables away, man. I seen it. We ain't in no position to have no Barack Obama nowhere, man. Why is he on the screen? I'm losing my faith in Nichols. People out here jumping up and down like little babies, man. Bra strap broke, crying about some damn cereal. When Trump took that food away, I seen the true side of black culture, man. Now they done brought back Barack Obama. Lord, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to let me know. And y'all men out there, y'all brothers out there can't even fix a toilet. They just don't know how to change a tire. And they about to bring Barack Obama back on the scene. Wasn't he in Hawaii somewhere? We gonna have to figure this out. Can't go to Africa. They don't want us there. Can't go to Jamaica no more. Because people don't show their ass over on Hurricane Melissa. Can't go to Australia. They probably eat your ass over there. They kicking black people out of China. Brothers talking about going to Thailand because they want them lady boys and things. They getting kicked up out of there. Now they got Barack Obama back on the scene. I just don't know. Y'all got to look at this.
I worry about a Supreme Court that, so far at least, has shown no willingness to check this administration's excesses, even when those actions break legal precedent and seem to defy the bedrock principle that no one is above the law. I worry about the growing concentration of economic power in this country, with just a handful of mega billionaires and companies controlling what we see and what we hear. And I worry about how much that economic power distorts the political process. I worry about how readily not just business leaders, but others with influence in law firms and universities.
All he gonna do is bring back the immigrants to pick that fruit. So it'll be a fruity immigration situation again. That's all he trying to do, man. He wanted to be fruity all over again. He wanted them to get them strawberries, them grapes, them apples, them bananas and things, especially them bananas. That's all he want. If they put him back, Bad Bunny definitely gonna perform at the Super Bowl. And I was wondering, what was that all about? They want to make sure they have a zesty Spanish man at the Super Bowl. So what they plan on doing with Trump? He 80-something years old. He gonna have to watch his back. These some sneaky ass Democrats out here, man. You figure he won the election, they should let him do his thing for a little bit, but they trying to, I don't know what they trying to do. Hello, who this is here?
Blaze from Miami now, but long South side of yours, brother.
Oh man, I'm so glad you called in, brother. What's on your mind, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with you. You know, 'cause I was out there when I remember when he first got elected the first time, and like you said, the 2 years he was there, he accomplished some stuff. But this is the thing you got to realize too. When Bush was in office, the economy was so bad that the whole 2 years he was just basically doing cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the way he was doing because Bush had the economy so bad for the 2 terms he was there. That's all Obama was doing. He was doing stuff, but he did accomplish the stuff he wanted to accomplish because all the stuff he had to do just basically doing cleanup. You know how back in the days they would say the black folks in there clean up after the white people? That's just what happened. He was doing cleanup.
But in the process, all that, he promised so much hope, so much care, so much, all these empty promises, and he ain't fulfilled none of that stuff.
Right, you're absolutely right. Because you got to realize they used him at the end of the day, we was all happy that he was the first black president we had. But we not realizing that was a setup at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You got to keep that third eye open, brother. That was a setup at the same time. It was a setup at the same time.
That's real, brother. And I got to ask you, man, if it was a situation to where we had to vote again immediately, you know, because ain't no telling what they got up their sleeve, would you vote for Obama? Would you like to see him back in the White House again?
I ain't gonna lie to you, I would, but at the same time, you gotta look at the situation look at the situation not for what it is. This was all predestined. I hate to get on that level of being biblical. All the stuff that's happening is in the Bible, bro. Everything. So you remember back then, before Trump was even in office, they was even calling Obama the Antichrist because the devil had daughters. They had no son. Come on, now you got. That's why I say. That's why I say you got to stay woke out here, bro. That's why I said that. So like, this might be a sign of the end of times if we get elected again.
Yeah, man. And you know, with Trump being in office, people starting to see how relevant humankind really is because this AI is taking off. It's a whole bunch of ways for people to get money that your average person don't know about, and people scrambling trying to figure it out. So a lot of people think this is a good thing that people getting a wake up call. I'm talking about black people, immigrants, white Americans, everybody getting a wake up call now. People starting to look in the mirror and say, damn, what is life really all about? What we've been doing this for? We've been chasing behind this dollar. They take the dollar away, they take the EBT away, and people start to realize, well, hell, what is this life all about? And it seemed like they using Obama just to lullaby people back to sleep.
Like I said, you got to look at the situation for what it really is, bro. Look at the situation for what it really is. Like, God bless his soul, my daddy, God bless his soul. See, my dad was real big on that spiritual stuff, was real big on it. My dad used to always tell us, way back in the day, before I was even, he said, if the world was there today, a lot of people wouldn't survive. I said, why? Because a lot of people don't know how to grow food. A lot of people don't know how to farm. A lot of people don't know how to hunt. A lot of people don't know how, I say that today. If Y2K actually happened right now, 80% of the population of the world would die. 80% would die.
That's so true. That's so true because, you know, if Walmart shut down, people are going to panic. If two grocery store branches shut down, Walmart and Kroger decided to close their doors, people will freak out.
I know. And that's the thing. Like, and this is all preordained because, like, see, my daddy, he was big on movies, and he would watch a lot of movies. I'm going to give you a movie. Hold on. Do you remember the... Hello?
Yeah, we here.
Do you remember the movie Matrix?
Oh, yeah, man. Classic movie, The Matrix.
And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that at that. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, but you figure if we in The Matrix, wouldn't Obama be one of them agents?
Huh?
Wouldn't Obama be one of the agents in the movie if we was in The Matrix? Wouldn't Obama be the one to come as soon as you start to wake up? Here he come to make sure your ass go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Damn.
And listen, and you know the crazy thing about it, you remember the new Matrix?
Yeah.
You see how a black man was, how a black person, how the white person, how a white man was Mr. Smith and the black man was Morpheus, a new black man was Morpheus.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this might be a hidden message with what they got going on. He could be the Morpheus. Obama could be the new Morpheus, and Donald Trump could be Morpheus. It's all about it's all about how you want to look at it. But me personally, my dad used to always tell me, movies, these directors, just like The Simpsons, these directors and these creators of these shows, they be seeing the future. They be knowing shit that's gonna happen before it happens.
That's real, brother. You know what? You put it like that.
The Simpsons even predicted Donald Trump was gonna be president.
They did. The Simpsons said that, man. That's so real, man. People used to get their information from the Bible, but now people getting it from movies and cartoons, man. That just goes to show how far we advanced as a people, brother. Real talk. And rest in peace to your father, man. We ain't got nothing but love for you and your papa, man. And don't be no stranger. You got to call back the next time we go live, man. Real talk. Thank him so much for calling in. Brothers turn politics into football, basketball. Next thing you know, talking about cartoons and things. We talk about serious issues, the world coming to an end. Brother bring up an episode of Seinfeld or some shit. And I understand because you got to correlate fiction with reality because reality is stranger than fiction. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him because he was spitting some real facts about them goddamn Animaniac cartoons and things when it comes to Barack Obama and the presidency and Donald Trump being Daffy Duck and motherfucking Michelle Obama being the predator and everything. So shout out to him and what he was talking about. But we got to get back to this. Y'all got to let me know if the tables turn, which they trying to do, because this man on the campaign, he out there speaking on things. We done with him. or not. We done with him or no? That's what I'm trying to figure out here because they putting him back out there and people want to hear what he got to say. And it's looking like they trying to pull an overthrow situation. And if that happen, it's going to be very, very bad for black Americans out there. Listen at this.
Have been willing to bend the knee to this president's autocratic impulses to avoid retribution or protect profits or simply to avoid controversy. And I worry sometimes how we've come to accept this as normal. But what I also tell people when they ask me about this, what I also try to remind them, is that America's always had competing stories about who we are and what this nation stands for.
There wasn't no competing stories, man. It really wasn't no competition. You talking about? See, that's the difference between Barack Obama and Trump. Barack know how to make that shit sound pretty. He takes something horribly ugly and make it sound pleasant. Trump don't know how to do that. That's the only difference. If Trump had Barack Obama's speech patterns, if he knew how to talk like Barack Obama, everybody would be happy regardless of what's going on. We're getting rid of the EBT because there's plenty of Americans out there that have to strive for greatness. There's too many Mercedes-Benzes that's still sitting on the lot. We can't have that in America. You got to get out there and drive those cars. People will be applauding if he got out there and said some shit like that. There's too many people not working. They don't understand that the 401k plan can make you a millionaire within 5 years. So instead of you collecting the EBT, we're going to put you in position with stocks and bonds. So by the year 2030, your grandchildren will be driving spaceships. Y'all be like, fuck that EBT. I want a spaceship. That's my president. Only if he could talk like Barack. Barack Obama would talk about some doo-doo and make it sound like a pleasant thing. Your excrements, your bowel movements is a part of the human economy. If it wasn't for fertilizer, we would have no potatoes. There would be no corn. There would be no broccoli for your babies to eat. If it wasn't for fertilization, the republics and the American nations wouldn't be standing. We would all fall. So praise shit. That's my president. Hello, who this is?
Hey, good afternoon. This is Pepper from New York.
Oh, Pepper on the phone. I'm doing amazing. I'm so glad you called. What's on your mind?
I hope this is true. He looks old and he sounds old.
Mm.
Does he sound like Biden? That's the way he's speaking. What's wrong with him?
Hey, man, people listening.
Obama as well.
People listening. People want to hear what he got to say because out of all them people, you got to admit, when he talk, he make it sound better than all them other people make you feel a negative type of way when they get up there and talk. Somebody ain't going to agree, but when Obama talk, people willing to reason because of his choice of words.
Yeah, he can enunciate very well, but he sounds like he's a little, I don't know, because I saw a picture of him today in a newspaper, the New York Post, and he looked very, very old.
Yeah, he an old man. He been old for a long time. You know, that ain't surprising. Barack, he old and everything, but you figure all presidents and world leaders been old people. So him being old, you know, that's a part of the norm.
Yeah, I know that office ages you. You know, you get age, but he was one of the youngest presidents that served. I don't know, he just doesn't sound well.
Yeah, well,
I don't think I will vote for him again, though.
You don't think you would do it?
No, I don't. I mean, I voted for him the first time, and I didn't really see much results. So I don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what did he really do?
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Can you tell me anything?
I mean, he made it cool for people to be who they want to be and express themselves and without being judged. Matter of fact, if you judge somebody, you could lose your job. If you judge somebody, you could be outcasted in society. They'll make life very, very hard for you if you judge somebody for living their truth. So
But
that
they was doing that before that was already doing that before he was elected. Because you had to be politically correct before he was even elected.
shit, not on that
But I mean,
scale.
what did he? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he made a difference for some people, for sure, but not for everybody. And you can't
Yeah,
expect
you're
him to
right.
make a difference for everybody. But a lot of people had a lot of hopes and aspirations. He was talking that good shit before he got in office.
You're right about that. Just like a brother does.
What you mean, just like a brother? Hold on, wait a minute, sister.
Don't talk a good game, but he did some good things. I guess. I just don't remember too much about it. But
Like
the only thing I say about Trump, because I'm from New York, he talk a lot of stuff. He's brash, and he has no filter, when he speaks or when he put his stuff out there. But one good thing that I like when he did Trump was the transgender, not infiltrating the sex that they want to become in sports. That's one thing. That's one thing I'm glad he banned, because that wasn't fair.
Well, I can't really speak too much on that because there's still people out here that love the way they live their life. I ain't trying to judge nobody, but I hear where you're coming
No,
from.
no,
and
no,
all
no.
that.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, just to have a fair playing field. That's all I'm saying. I don't judge anybody.
So you a Trump?
It's not about judging anyone.
You a Trump fan?
Oh, I'm from New York, but sometimes I didn't like him when he was in New York.
Okay, so
I don't like him now, but it is what it is. I mean, you vote for who you want to vote for. Nobody should criticize you or make you justify who you vote for, because really, it's nobody's business.
yeah, but you said a lot of awful things about Barack Obama, but when
No,
it
I
came to
didn't. No, I
Trump,
didn't. I
when it
didn't say
came to
anything awful about
Trump,
him.
you said a
I
lot.
didn't say anything awful about Obama. I just said he looks older. That's what I said about him. He looks old, and he's speaking like an old person. That's all I said.
So Trump don't look old.
Oh, of course, he's always looked old.
Hmm.
He's always looked old. Trump's got a lot of stuff going on with him.
We got a Trump fan on the phone, y'all.
So what?
You know what? What's crazy?
You should. No. I like both of them because I voted for Obama.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is, why are people being crucified for who they vote for, or who they like? That shouldn't come into play. But one thing I like about when Barack became president, a lot of people started paying attention to politics.
Yeah, that's so true. There was people out there that ain't know a thing about politics until Obama came.
Sure didn't.
Yeah.
Until he came. Yep. Learned a lot about politics and start to follow your elected officials.
That's a fact.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all I had to say.
Oh man, we got so much love for you. Don't be no stranger neither. Next time we go live.
I ain't never a stranger, but you be trying to put me on blast over there. But that's okay.
No, wait a minute. I wasn't trying to put you on blast. I just noticed that since you a New Yorker, you love Donald Trump.
Right.
Been loving Donald Trump. You seen Trump in the club with Diddy. You seen Trump with the rapper Snoop Dogg, Mystical, all of them. You seen Trump hanging out on the block. So you got love for Trump.
That's right. He was out hanging out with Mike Tyson and Don King too.
And that's your boy.
You know what? But he kicked us to the curb. He don't like New York no more. You see what he did to us when that thing was going on with Cuomo. He wasn't trying to help us out at all.
Put it like this. If you had to go out to dinner just to chillax, vibe out, who would you rather go out and cool it with, smoke hookah with, have a couple of drinks with, Barack Obama or Donald Trump?
The brother.
You would smoke hookahs with Barack so he can judge your ass and talk about how you ain't this or how you ain't that?
Well, I wouldn't judge me. What's he going to judge me about? I hang out with him in a minute.
You know, those Michael Jordan shoes, they cost a lot of money, but in China, they don't cost that much to produce. I think you waste your money. Is that real Gucci, Louis Vuitton? That stuff is not manufactured in America.
Well, he doesn't. What gives him the right to even ask me about my gear?
Donald Trump would be too busy hitting the blunt to be worried about any of that shit.
For real. That's for real. For real. You ain't got time for me. But Barack, you'll make time.
Hey, it is what it is, man. I'm so glad you called in. Don't be no stranger neither. Make sure
All
you
right,
call
baby.
back.
I'm glad I caught you live because I've been missing you for a minute.
Oh man, yeah, we back. You know what I'm saying? We looking
Okay,
forward
good.
to.
Keep up the good work.
Oh, you too, sister. Holla at you later. Real talk, man. So much love for her. Thank her for calling in. Damn. Black people love Donald Trump dirty draws. Rather they want to admit it or not, man. He more down to earth than a lot of brothers out here. Let's be real. You get him behind closed doors, he might grab you by the coochie or something like that. Barack Obama, not so much, man. You get Barack Obama behind closed doors, he get to rolling his eyes and shit, looking at his watch. Well, it's time to go. Is there anything that you have to do? He'll have his Secret Service escort your ass out of his presence. Trump, he'll hit you with the McDonald's. Would you like a cheeseburger? We have fries, plenty of fries. How about chicken McNuggets? Do you like McNuggets? I'm going to order you some. They're delicious. You should have some with me. Barack Obama, I don't think so, man. He is not trying to be your friend like that. He ain't trying to tell you no stories about Hawaii, because he probably ain't never been in no goddamn Hawaii before. It's all propaganda. Everything you heard about me, it's not the truth. It's not the truth. You be trying to sleep at night, and all you keep hearing in your head is Obama talking about it's not the truth when you finally meet his ass. But Trump on the other hand, he a OG. And you know that. Your mama know that. Like the last caller said, he was in the club with Mike Tyson throwing money at them hoes with Don King with a pick in his head trying to comb that nappy ass shit. We seen it. We ain't never seen Barack Obama in the club with nobody. Except for maybe Jay-Z and Beyonce when he was trying to be cool running for president. And I ain't got no beef with Barack. I just want to know, would y'all vote for him again? Listen at him, y'all. Listen at him.
The first story says, we the people, just means some of us. That in order to qualify, you have to be the right color, or come from the right family, or worship in the right way.
What the hell is the right color? Just say it, man. Don't be pussyfooting around this stuff.
Or have enough money. It says that even though we got rid of a king, there's still a caste system in America. A pecking order of who makes decisions and who obeys.
What they talking about we got rid of a king? I told y'all they got some sneaky shit going on, man. They trying to pull a trick on Trump. Even though we got rid of a king, we still got a caste system. So they let y'all know, even with Trump out the way, you still gonna be a nigga in America, man. And if you Chinese, you gonna be Chinese. And if you Mexican, whatever the case, you gonna be an immigrant. He laying it all out and making people feel comfortable with the shit. So when it go down, y'all can't say nothing because y'all already agreed to it, man. Run it. What is he talking about, y'all? Listen.
Right way, right family.
No,
or
run
worship in
that
the right.
back.
The first story says, we the people, just means some of us. That in order to qualify, you have to be the right color, or come from the right family, or worship in the right way.
What about your ass, Barack Obama Hussein? You made it to be the president of the United States, and you Muslim from Hawaii. And he talking about the right color, mother. You got me confused. Is he Barry Sanders, Barack Obama? Somebody make it make sense to me. Is he even American? He talking about, man, ain't he from Chicago? Oh my God, they said he Malcolm X's son, y'all. I don't know what to think about this man. Should he even be talking? What he got? Why they giving him a platform to speak? He's speaking on American issues. Is he even still in America? He got brothers in Zimbabwe, and they tried to make it seem like he was East African out this motherfucker. It had some Nigerian man talking about Barack Obama brother, yeah. We grow up, we. Probably ain't never even met. Matter of fact, I hate to be like this because I know black people mad. Y'all out there got your rope in hand for my black ass. Look at this, man. Barack. I don't even know what to call his ass. Barack Obama. What type of name is Barack Obama? That sounds like a barbecue restaurant. Obama, African family. They got his brother looking like Nat King Cole. That's supposed to be his daddy? Oh, somebody lied. Somebody motherfucking lied. Who the hell is that? Nelson Mandela, his granddaddy? What the hell? I know they ain't trying to say that's his grandmama. He showed up to the set of Good Times and took pictures. Now they trying to put that in his damn history. Hold on, man. This is my Ubuntu, and this is my agape. That is Santu Hapupu, my cousin, and that is Arika the Frika, my auntie. Yes, we're going to have some fufu. We're going to sit down, eat with our hands, no spoons, no forks. I know it's not American, but we're going to do it. Later on tonight, when we get to our hut, we're going to, celebrate the old-fashioned way. My ancestral path has called me to be the president of the United States of America. Obama, when you get to America, can you send us some groceries? Not only if you have EBT, auntie. If you don't have EBT, I won't be able to do it. Brother, give me the hookup. They ain't got no Obama tire shops. They ain't got no Obama, not a damn thing, man. What he do for the people? Barack Obama is my cousin. I ain't heard nobody say that shit yet. He over there sitting on the floor, fucking up them dickies, y'all. Do y'all believe it? He over there, mosquitoes eating his mosquitoes eating his American ass. And it is what it is. Y'all can believe what y'all want to believe. I ain't here to judge nobody, but listen at this, man. He tripping.
Or have enough money. It says that even though we got rid of a king, there's still a caste system in America, a pecking order of who makes decisions and who obeys, who gets opportunity and who is obliged to serve. And it's a story that's policed by fear and force. It tries to convince people that for their group to win, another group has to lose.
Yeah, when Trayvon Martin lost his life, all he said was, Trayvon Martin could have been my son. But he's not. Farewell, young fellow. He's black, I'm black. I'm old, he's young. He could have been my son. Yeah, sure could have been. I would have never laid with his mother, I'll tell you that much. What sense do it all make, man? And when it comes to politics and doing comedy, it's never a good look. So I understand there's some people out there holding on to their American flag and they got sweaty palms and you're mad. People do courageous shit when it comes to politics. So, I ain't trying to make this no laughing matter. Especially when blacks see another black person doing any goddamn thing. You better run for the hills. You ever notice how you ain't never seen no black exorcist movie? That's because black people exercise them demons on each other, man. Your ass possessed until a nigga act up. You gonna take it out on his ass. You gonna be foaming out the mouth. running down the street backwards on your hands and feet, chasing the nigga out your grandmama house somewhere. But that's Negro here nor there. Would you vote for Barack Obama? That's what I need to know. Because it's looking like they trying to put it in position to where, he's the man for the job. Because they all old as dirt. I don't understand why they won't bring in a young president, a young fly fresh Ronaldo motherfucking, what's the nigga used to play golf? Let David Beckham be the president of the United States. Bring sexy back to the United States, man. Put a sexy president up there and see how the world act. I love they gonna be on OnlyFans holding up I love my president signs and things. Let Brad Pitt be the president. Shit, he gonna turn to a motherfucking interview with the vampire up there at the White House. You catch him on the White House lawn with his fangs and Pamela Anderson's neck somewhere. They need a young fly president. Let Keanu Reeves be the president of the United States. John Wick. Go to war with that motherfucker as the commander-in-chief and see how them other countries act. Motherfucking John Wick get over there to Afghanistan, they gonna act right. Like anything you want, Mr. Wick. We need a young fly president, y'all. That's what we need. A young pretty motherfucker calling the shots. So when he get over to them other countries, they be willing to kiss his ass. Like, oh, Mr. President, whatever it is you like. I want to change foreign policy. Whatever it is you like. They be batting their eyes and shit at the president. That's what we need. He get upset on the podium and take his shirt off and y'all see his six-pack abs while he's sweating and venting. Get one of them Marvel superhero niggas to be the president. That's what they need to do. That'll change a whole lot of things in America. Motherfuckers will get out there and work because they trying to get them six-pack abs like the president. Everybody have a job. Hello, who this is, man?
Yeah, no, man, my name's Derek, man.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm just listening to you, man. I mean, I'm kind of like a Trump guy, too, but you guys got to know what that brother's doing, man.
Yeah, man, they said you got Brother, we could barely hear you, man. Matter of fact, let me see if I got to turn up my phone or something. Cause, okay, try again.
Can you hear me now?
Sound like you eating a tuna fish sandwich or something, brother. What's going on?
No, I got my glasses on. I'm talking through my glasses. I'm going to have to call back.
Man, shit, he talking through the glasses, man. Hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, brother. We all is. Would you vote for Obama? Because it's looking like they trying to bring him back in some capacity.
No, he was one of the worst presidents ever.
Why you feel like that, man?
Because that man didn't have nothing for us. He didn't care about us. He only cared about himself, and he cared about that man wife of his.
You said that what wife?
That man wife. Brother, you know what it is.
Oh, no.
That man say, oh,
it's
no.
because she a sister, man. She could have been anybody. If she was Megan Thee Stallion, and she got a man for. She could have been anybody. Y'all would have been calling her a man.
Come on, bro. He done said it 2 or 3 times, Michael. And then why when the mama died, she said, I'm leaving everything to my son, Michael Obama. Who was that?
That's what her mama said?
The mama said, yeah, because in the state of Illinois, you can't change your gender when you're transgender.
Damn,
yeah, man.
A sister can't win for
Listen,
losing. Bro. If Leslie Jones,
no damn sister.
If Leslie Jones was the first lady, y'all be talking about, oh, that's a man. Any sister, it don't matter who it is, man. Y'all be talking about it's a man.
Nah, man. That lady, that dude is a pure crazy dude. Now, what Trump is doing, have you ever heard of the Nassar Jassara? Go look that up. Hey, brother, everybody about to get their money back because he's shutting down the feds. Yeah, he's doing all that.
Everybody except for black people, I reckon.
Nah, man. I mean, the black people, listen, Why do people think that Trump don't like black folks? When there's plenty, he gave $500 million to the HSBCU. There was a black lady that used to live. She still lives there.
Man.
And she lost her job in the Trump Towers, and the man said, "Let the lady still live here." So how can the man be a racist and he don't like blacks when the man said he'll come back? If he could come back, he would want to be an educated black man.
No,
a person
brother.
that's racist ain't gonna say that.
No, it ain't about being racist and Trump not liking black people. It's black people ain't in a position to do nothing about nothing, man. That's like if it's a bully at school and somebody getting punked and the punk ain't gonna do nothing. He just gonna keep on getting bullied. That's where we at, man.
And I get that, but then so go back and look at the Bible. Why did we lose our inheritance? Because we didn't want to listen. And how many times have we got to keep telling each other, man, you got to listen. You're supposed to be doing this and doing that. But we break the laws of the Most High because we have free thought and we don't care nothing about the Bible. That's why I ask Christians, do you guys really read the Bible and understand why we're in the position that we're in now?
So you saying
because we didn't care.
So you saying Black American heritage is the Bible?
No, man. Hell, I mean, the Bible is just about basic instructions before leaving Earth. It's a story about us. But what I'm saying is, that's like I don't call myself an African American. Why would I do that? I know my great grandparents. They were Indians and slaves. They never told me nothing about it. They was from Africa. So I never go around calling myself an African American. I don't do that.
So your grandparents was on the plantation with them feathers and things, telling them old Native American stories while the rest of the niggas was picking cotton?
Shit, they had to pick cotton. My grandma used to clean the white folks' drawers and do all kind of shit. She told me all that shit. But the thing is, brother, them motherfuckers told me that it was good because when the Depression came, who had to help out with the Depression? The black folks, because the black people couldn't put money in the banks. So people know this, but my thing is why do black people seem to forget who they are? Just go read the Bible. It'll tell you everything that you need to know. And then if you really want to know what you're doing, go look at the Ten Commandments. Those are the laws that God gave us, nobody else. And when Moses came down, he was like, "Hey, yo, I just got these." And while all of us down there cutting the damn food, he said, "Hey, man, God just gave me these commandments. We're supposed to be listening to this."
Hey,
our
bro.
people looked at that shit and said, "Man, we don't want to do that."
Hey, bro, you do understand that there's Christians of all different types of nationalities that share the same faith and that they can claim the Bible and the Holy Land and all that for themselves as well. You understand that, right?
Uh-huh.
You got Asian Christians, you got Caucasian, all across, you got Arabic Christians. So to say what you saying, and I know it sounds good and everything, but you got to consider that Christianity is international, man. It's worldwide, it's global.
Right, but what I'm trying to tell you is that before it was anybody else here, it wasn't nothing but us. And that's when he told them, y'all can't be doing this. But the white folks was already here. That's why in the Bible they say, okay, these people don't want to listen. Go wake them people up in the cave and teach them how to walk on their 2 feet and cook their meat. Because my people don't want the inheritance. I don't go on color, man. It ain't never been about color for me. I don't look at color. Because color ain't nothing but something that's been made up. Everybody black because the white folks come from us. And they know this. And all the books that I've read, they know this because I read a lot of books from white people that literally write books saying that they know that white folks come from us. It makes me laugh when black people don't realize that. Like, yeah, we all the same color. I mean, you just a lighter version. If you move away from Africa, what's going to happen? Your skin's going to change. Everything's going to change because you're no longer in the sun again.
It's all about who put themselves in position to advance. At the end of the day, I understand the origin stories and stuff. We in 2025. And over the course of history, it has shown everybody, if you pay attention to history, whoever's willing to advance will advance. And us being in the position that we in right now, brother, do you feel like as a people in America that we are willing to advance, regardless of what the Bible say, regardless of any of that? Do you feel like right now in 2025 that African American people are in the position to be willing to advance?
I mean, we can, but we gotta get out our own goddamn way. Instead of going out here and want to be wild, we gotta realize we can't do that. But we can advance, but we have to come together and be like, all right, we need to cut the crap and come together.
Do you ever see that happening, brother? Do you ever in your mind's eye see that happening? And if you do, how do you think that's ever gonna happen?
I'm 53 years old, bro. I don't think it'll happen because I see too much garbage on. I see all this garbage propaganda on YouTube and anywhere else. We don't want to be better. We want to be the same ones begging for money or doing whatever. No, I ain't never did that a day in my life. I ain't never go out here and get no unemployment, no food, no none of that. I was taught you go out here and you get it. You do what you're supposed to do and get what you got to get. Point blank, period. Until we stop doing that, until we stop saying, hey man, I want to get this, I want to get this. I worked at an airport where I live at, and I remember I met a young lady. She literally said, I can't wait to get my Section 8, just like my grandma and my mama. And I was looking at her like, you 18 years old, why would you want this? She said, because that's the way to be. If we keep thinking like that, we ain't gonna never be no better. We ain't gonna be no better. Because I get tired of hearing it. Why do we talk so foolish? We don't have to do that. What the fuck? Why? Just, bruh. I done been poor. I done been knocked down. I done did all kind of things. But that ain't never made me want to just go back and say I can't get nothing done or I'm gonna go ask for a handout. Never gonna do that. My grandparents told me the black people got messed up when they wanted to be a part of the white people and they integrated into that. This is our punishment because we wanted to be a part of the white folks. And so you know what they said? Well, since y'all want to come in, we're gonna hit you with this.
Man, I hear what you're saying, brother, and you know, I don't disagree with nothing that you got to say. You know, you speaking your truth. I ain't here to combat you or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to attitude. And unfortunately, you know, a lot of us have horrible attitudes when it comes to a lot of things. But we have great attitudes when we get around people in power. You know what I'm saying? It'd be that same brother that'll snap your head off for talking crazy, get around some authority, and be the sweetest. So we know how to act. You know what I'm saying? People be like, we don't know how to act. We know how to act. We just don't know how to act with each other, man. And that's where we fuck up at.
You are not lying, and that kills me. That's like the other day I went to the store. I got my badge on from work. Black dude out there asking for money. So white man get his man some money. I don't give people money because I'm like, if you can ask for a job, if you can ask for me money, you can go get a job. I don't care nothing about that. So he gonna come in the store. The white man, he done bought him a beer that the white man gave him the money. He gonna cut the white man off and then start talking trash to the white guy. The white guy call him an N-word. You know what I'm saying? So then the black guy gonna look at me and say, well, you must be talking about him too. You know what the white dude did?
What do you do?
He looked at me and said, you know, this motherfucker literally said, oh man, my fault. He literally looked at me and said, nah, he ain't one. He got a job.
Damn. That fucked up. That made that brother feel like shit.
Nigga. All I could do was just laugh.
Damn.
And I looked at the white man and was like, damn, nigga, you burnt that nigga without even saying no fucked up shit. You see what I'm saying? But like I mean, you just saying we have to change that attitude. Why we can't get along with the next man? No, we can get along with the next man, but why we can't get along with somebody that look just like me?
But you ain't voting for Obama though.
Man, I don't vote for that nigga, man. Because listen, the first 4 years he was cool. That second 4 years, I knew he was about some gay shit. I'm not gay.
You know what, brother? I appreciate your phone call and everything. You talking all this unity, black on black love and all this shit. But when it come to Barack, he fruity and Michelle Obama, man. See, that's why we can't get ahead, man. Always worried about what a man doing with his bone. Worried about Barack Obama bent over, touching his ankles. If there ain't nobody talking about that, man. Always worried about what somebody doing with their booty, man. It's disgusting. And we appreciate your phone call. Don't be no stranger, brother. You wrong. You wrong, brother. We gonna holler at you next time, man. He wrong, y'all. He wrong. He wrong. Worried about what that man always worried about what a man doing in the bed with his old lady. What that got to do with politics? All them legends of the past was fruity, man. Let's keep it real. from Alexander the Great. He been twerking that ass from here to Rome. All of them, man. All of the greats been tutti frutti. I can't name one that wasn't. What that got to do with any damn thing? All your favorite R&B singers and rappers on the low with it. Fucking Prince, Michael Jackson, man. What difference do it make? Tired of it. Soon as brothers want to get on the right track and find a leader or somebody with the right idea, then that's when they want to call somebody a bitch ass nigga. I'm tired of it, man. Y'all need to listen at this because Barack, he on the roll. Listen.
That if somebody doesn't look like you or think like you or practice religion exactly the same way you do, they must be a threat to your way of life, and they need to be put in their place. And that's how Donald Trump thinks about America. Make America great again by putting the people like him back in charge, even if they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Man, I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. That boy Trump got a lot of people looking in the mirror at themselves and considering, hell, what is it all about? If we had family and we had community, none of this stuff would be able to take place. People thinking about that shit. Now, if we had some real structure in our society to where people actually looked out for one another, then we wouldn't be in this situation that we in. And there's a bunch of people out there in the country, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people living out in the boonies. One thing they do have is community, and they got a pickup and a shotgun, and they gonna ride for their neighbors. In the inner city, that's not the case. And if it was, real estate would be different. People would live amongst their people. People would be able to regulate their living situations if it was actually some community going on. People would be born into real communities and would have an advantage within their communities. And if there was really unity, communities could connect. People talk about the American peoples, they need to be talking about the American individuals, because everybody out for themselves, man. Ain't no structure. I guarantee you, Thanksgiving, y'all gonna do y'all thing. People ain't going to Big Mama house. Big Mama ain't here no more. And Aunt Charlene thinks she Big Mama now, and y'all ain't going over there just to let her know that she ain't no matriarch in the damn family. It's always that one person that's trying to pull the family together, but don't get no respect because I'm rolling with Tay. Tay don't fuck with her no more. No, if Josh gonna be there, I ain't gonna be there. If her man gonna be there, we ain't coming. No, Or people will come by just to get a plate and say hi to everybody and leave. Ain't no community, man. That's why they can do whatever they want to do to the people. Now, for y'all brothers out there, y'all history buffs, for y'all brothers out there, man, that's deep into history, y'all need to look in to Mussolini. Look into this man, because when I seen this, it broke my heart. It really did. Mussolini was trying to do everything he could do for the Italian people to build a strong nation. You know what I'm saying? And his tactics wasn't always good in the eyes of a lot of people. A lot of people didn't agree with Mussolini or whatever the case is. But fast forward to the ending. Regardless of what you thought about this man, he shouldn't have went out the way he went out, man. They did him like he was nobody. And it's like that in history, man. A lot of these people that rise to power and try to be a leader and sway the people in the right direction or build people up or whatever the case is, their endings be horrible, man. They celebrate you all your life. They praise you and hail you like a king all your life. And in the end, they do you worse than a dog. And that's just history. Look. Same thing with Mussolini. Same thing with Malcolm X. People praised him like a king. People treated him like he was the motherfucking man. And when it came to the end, he shouldn't have went out like that. They did him dirty. Hell, same thing with Dr. King, man. People celebrated him, held him up high, and the way he went out was tragic. So now that we got these world leaders on the stage and Donald Trump is running the show for the second term, they talking about no King's Day and all this stuff. They rallying against this man. They act like he the Antichrist or whatever the case is. But when you really think about it, people starting to snap out of this illusion that was put in place to make people feel like you could be an individual and survive all on your own and community don't matter. And if that happened, the power will really be back in the people's hands because we got each other. It ain't about resources or money. You know, we are the greatest resources that we could ever have. People looking for a leader, but the truth is we need more brothers and more sisters all across America, man. If people could get on the same accord and act right, then things would be all right. Because hatred all boils down to how people act. And it's easy to hate somebody if they don't act right or if they got a fucked up attitude. That's what drives all of the hatred in America, man. It's attitude. If people can have better attitudes towards each other and others, America would be a great place. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Then we're gonna get back to Barack. But y'all need to see this. I like making this point. Oh shit, we got a phone call. Hello, who this is here? What's going on, brother, man? We so glad you called in. What's on your mind?
Appreciate you, brother. You speaking some truth to power on your show about where hate and the destructive nature of society come from people attitudes and how they treat and interact with each other, because it is easier to hate or to not like somebody based on how their behavior is. So I just came in and was listening to a little bit of the show, but I want to know what's your stance. I just saw you were speaking a little bit on Obama and Trump and stuff, and what's your stance on those issues?
Well, I figure when it comes to politics for African Americans, you know, it's simply entertainment because people don't really exercise any real power to do anything or make any change. The only thing we can do is have an opinion at the end of the day, because they're going to do what they want to do. They're going to make the laws regardless of how we feel about it or whatever the case is. But if there was some true unity amongst us, it wouldn't matter what they got going on because we'll be too busy building a power structure amongst each other. And that's something that's unstoppable, man. You can't, love is something that could never be shattered. Love is the most powerful force in the world. People think, oh, we need to spin black or we need to do all this stuff black, support black. How about love each other? First and foremost, anything that come after that gonna be successful. So that's the biggest hurdle that we have in America and abroad, all across the world, man. So when it comes to politics, as an African American person, all it can be for me is entertainment.
You sound like one of the most informed brothers that I've spoken to on the issue of politics. I think a lot, whether left or right, they want us to throw our weight behind somebody. And I think we need to look introspectively. We need to look inwardly, because the government
All of these things can change. We can get the most ideal candidate, but if we ourselves are not changed or transformed, it doesn't matter what the outside sources do, we can still be a detriment to ourselves. And I think we've been a detriment to ourselves for a very, very long time. I got this theory, follow me. This metaphorical analogy, I call it, a lot of us suffer from the teacher-parent syndrome, that if a teacher calls a parent and she say the child is being disruptive, I think there's three types of parents in this world. First parent that arrives to the class, they see their child disruptive, but they also see all of the other students disruptive. And instead of them taking action with their student, they decide to attack the teacher for calling them if everybody else is doing bad. And then you have the parent number two, who arrives and see everything going bad and simply does nothing. And then I think you have the rarest parent in the world is a parent that arrives to the class and see their student doing bad, and they actually handle what their child is doing and make them correct their actions and get them, on the straight path. And I think a lot of people, we go and we point fingers to everybody else. And you have the people who decide, well, they ain't going to do anything. But I think if we all, look at that child as our community, and we see us not doing good, we see us not doing well, we see us being disruptive to society norms, and we get our child. We don't worry about the white child, the Chinese, the Indian child. As a Black community, we get our child. We decide to get them and get them on the straight and narrow path. I think it will go a long way rather than chasing breadcrumbs, which is politics.
That's so true, man. That is so true. Everything you said, that was brilliant, man. And you got me thinking about how people be like, kids don't go outside and play no more. Kids not like how kids used to be. Well, back when kids went outside and played and was out there, having fun and doing things in the neighborhood, there was actually community for people to allow their kids to feel comfortable with their kids out there playing in the streets, because everybody looked out for the kids. People mind the kids. Nowadays, kids ain't nothing but a burden. The children, they used to say the children are the future and stuff. Nowadays, the children are burdens of America, especially with the AI and all this stuff coming up. It ain't going to be nothing for them to do productively at all. So all they going to be is burdens in the future. They just going to be sitting there on the damn computer, on the damn iPad or whatever. That's all they got to look forward to.
Yeah, 100.
That's why people ain't really too interested in their children, because they figure they children ain't nothing but another bill. Like shit, you feed them, clothe them, whatever the case is, and after that they gonna have to figure it out. But we at a point in history to where it really ain't nothing for them to figure out unless they plan on being a TikToker or some shit.
Yeah, that's deep. That's 100. That's why, I always respect when I find brothers who are, pushing the Black community to self-preserve amongst each other and try to get what we got going on corrected before, we go out trying to solve other world issues. And then my last question, brother, before I let you go. So I know, politically, you're not picking a side, but do you think there's anything that the current administration, Trump administration, is doing that is beneficial or could be potentially beneficial to the Black community?
I don't feel like nobody can benefit the Black community but the Black community. And that's with any community. You know what I'm saying? If you can't benefit yourself, that's like a person looking for love but don't love themselves. You out here chasing love. You blaming people for not loving. You feel away because people don't love you. You looking for a relationship. You going on dates and shit, expecting a person to do something for you that you can't even do for yourself. If you don't love yourself, you ain't about to get no love from nowhere, man. And if you do get some quote unquote love. It's a trick. You know what I'm saying? Somebody taking advantage of you. And that's what you get with black politics, man. You get these people, these black politicians, and people get up there and say a few nice things about black people, and they figure, hell, somebody love us. But it shouldn't matter if they love you, or if they support you, or whatever they trying to do for you. You supposed to be able to do it for yourself, man. So that's where we at. It don't matter what administration up there. Trump, Obama, or fucking Bush, Clinton. It don't matter what administration up there, man. If people not willing to love themselves, you ain't about to get no love from nowhere. And that's in your personal, individual life, and as a whole, as a race, as a community, or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, we got to start with us, man.
Absolutely. Well, brother, I appreciate your knowledge and your wisdom, and love is predicated on self-love. So, keep, preaching to the people, God bless you. And yeah, man, keep doing your thing.
No doubt, man. We appreciate your call too, man. You got a whole lot of sense. That's why the next time we go live, you got to call back, because we need more individuals. This S.A.T, this a learning session, this a classroom, and you definitely put it down for the students out there listening. So much love for you, man. We glad you a professor with the intellect to speak on intellectual conversation. That's why we appreciate you, brother. Don't be no stranger. Make sure you call back the next time we go live. Yeah, real talk, man. We gonna holler at you. Shout out to him, y'all. That's the first time I ever had a brother that intellectual call in. I appreciate all the callers out there. Best believe I do. But when it comes to Barack Obama, y'all got to let me know in the comment section. Do y'all plan on voting for this man? And no, I'm about to go ahead and ease on out of here, man. I got to go to the gym, get myself together. Thanksgiving coming up. And I'm going to have a big back macaroni and cheese. I'm going to put it down for America, man. Y'all talking about not celebrating no American holidays. That's until you smell that turkey coming up out the oven with that stuffing. And don't forget about the cranberry sauce. It's going to be a perfect day to get your grub on. I'm talking about fresh string beans, not the ones in the can. Y'all make it happen for me. Hit the cash app so I can put some garlic on them fresh string beans, man. What else I want? Potato salad with paprika all on it, man. That southern potato salad. I don't want that up north. That shit that ain't got no flavor. I need to see the mustard in my potato salad, man. Put a little bit of relish up in that thing. It's about to go down for America. Don't be acting like y'all ain't got no love for America. It's people over there eating trash in other countries. People eating dookie in other countries, man. And it's the norm. While your ass able to get up, go get you a big ass chicken sandwich and come back home and turn the heat on and put your feet up. God bless America, man. Y'all talking about going to another country. You get your ass over there and they feed you some pang pang. Matter of fact, let me do this before I go, because y'all need to see how great America really is. Pang. Is it in? Where that shit at? Is it in? Where that shit at? Because that shit disgusting, man. They be out there, they be eating trash, literally. And the Filipino, oh man, y'all need to see this. Look. Because they'll take some shit out the trash and eat it. Look. They get a bag of them chicken bones from the trash can, y'all. Soak it up. Then next thing you know, look, they got the rats on the grill and everything. And this is normal life. Take all them trash, all the trash from the restaurants, and put it on the plate with some rice. Man, I ain't going nowhere, man. God bless America. They eating garbage. They dig it out the trash cans. Oh man. Man, y'all better. All I'm gonna say is God bless America, man. So much love for y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel too. I'ma holler at y'all later, man. Y'all be good.